Welcome everyone to OP Digital Blueprint with myself and Collins. Our guests unfortunately couldn't make it today, so it's you and me. Collins, say hi.
Hello, everyone. Uh, Great to be here and hope you all are having a fantastic day today.
So today, what we're going to do is just have a bit of a chat and have a bit of a free flow as to what's happening and where we are and what we need to do. So I'll let you start, Collins, and I shall butt in at any moment.
Yeah, Andy. Yeah, so it's really great to be here. And yeah, it's just like having a chat just to look, some of the things I always think about on passive, especially me myself, I always think about where I've come from. I look at the journey, because he said if you miss the journey, then you really miss everything on passive because you cannot be much more grateful and happier if you miss the journey. So when you look at the journey of on passive, especially myself when I joined on passive, there was virtually nothing, no product. I think Andy, there was, I believe you too,
No,
there was no
nothing at
product,
all.
nothing.
No.
Yeah, you just have the website, the Go Founder website, and then they have the on passive site where there was just architecture, nothing, just little information. But it was really great because to be at that stage where you come, you join on passive and you're still looking at it and say, you don't really know where they are heading to, but you believe that this will be a really good journey, and we saw it growing from strength to strength, from Go Founder to where to all founders. All founder was like, when we're in Go Founder, we said, wow, this is really beautiful. This is one of amazing products. What happened? We moved into all founders. And none of us can even remember Go Founders again, how it is. If you don't have the image, you can't even remember how Go Founders look like, what it's all about. But we know it was like, where founders were just joining and coming in. And then the all founders that did what? Hold the minimum value product and the founders as well. And there was a lot of features. Some of us cannot even remember, though we're saying, and you have the first all founders, and then it grow from strength to strength, more beautiful and more features added onto it. And we still have it in our OES. And then from there, what happened? We migrate into the OES, the unpassive ecosystem. I always call it where the founders, the products, and the customer meet. That's the live environment where everything, the magic happen, where all the integrated products and stuff. We call it the single sign-on. Because I always talk about single sign-on. No, in OES, that is where we saw the magic of single sign-on. All the product login once, and you can see all the products within one umbrella. And what happened? We saw the wallet. We saw more features added. Even when they launched the first OES, it was good at that time. Everybody, wow. But now, how many of us can still remember the first OES? It's just grown from strength to strength. The first one, we know there was no wallet there. There was nothing. It was just nice with the product. Now we started seeing some of the features like the marketplace, the wallet, all of those other features adding into it. And now it's really, really great, you know. And then what happened? We heard about data center. We heard about innovation lab. We started seeing what all the events coming, GITEX and all of those partnership, which we look at it and we were just blown away, and lot of stuff coming. And that is how IT company work. They start from a little niche, and build, out like a monster. I always call it just massive and massive and massive and massive. You have the proof of concept, you have all of those things coming, and thank God, Mr. Ashmufara, show us all of these things for us to understand, where we are coming from and where we are heading to. Even that little bit, what we know now is even really tiny as compared to where the company is going. Mr. I said, if we show you all of these things, tell you, it will be too much for us to comprehend. The only thing is to give us bit by bit by bit. And here we are today, looking back and say, wow, the journey was great. You know, in every journey, there is like, you know, little time when there is low time and there is up time. But never we ever saw that in the face of our CEO. He always come as a happy man, you know, always smile. Even when things are not going well, you can never tell, you know, but he is always there giving us that motivation and say, stick with me and you will see things. And we saw it because he always kept to his word. He said, if I promise it to do it, we will make it happen, regardless of what will happen, regardless of the cost. Cost is not the thing. The only thing is we want to get it done, you know. And he always said, it is done. And we always say, so it's something I really gather from our CEO when he said, I will do it, we'll do it or die. He always makes sure, no matter the cost, no matter the hardship, he will always deliver to us. And we've seen it growing from strength to strength. So, Andy, I'll leave it if you have anything.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. You know, we both have a journey. I joined OnPassive before we had Go Founders, but it was listening to the webinars that Ash was doing and some of the recordings to hear what his vision was. Now, you know, a lot of people still don't grasp this vision, which is a bit of a shame. But like you say, we've got this behemoth really, because it's one platform with everything underneath it within that same platform, and there are very few, if any, other companies that have ever done something in anything similar, or certainly not to the same degree. So the closest we could come up with, if you like, is Microsoft when they put PowerPoint and Word and Excel together. This is totally different, and for many of us, we understood what was trying to be done, what they wanted to do, how they wanted to create this thing. We just had no clue as to how it was going to be put together because it was such a huge project. And as you said, we then set up, or Ash then set up Go Founders for us to have our own little platform as early bird people, and then that morphed across to O Founders, and then subsequently, as you say, we've had this ecosystem, which is all encompassing, and we'll have more and more bits and pieces added to it as time goes on. Now, there's an awful lot in there already, and this is the perfect time to be able to start to play in that OES and the ecosystem, start to learn about what's in there, how things work, do the tour, you know, download the guide, go into every single opportunity or button that's in there, find out how it works, find out what's in there, do what Red does, and make sure that you understand exactly how the ecosystem is going to work. Now, you know, we've got an idea, if you like, or a guesstimate as to what else is going to be put into that ecosystem. But as time goes on, we also know we're going to get our own domains, and we will have that facility. No doubt we will go through the ecosystem and then straight to our domain, and we'll see all of the information that we've got within that system. But you have a capability to build your business using the system that's there. Now, we know the users, and every single user has an email address. So if you haven't already done so, if you've got people in your group, you write a spreadsheet with all the email addresses, and then you can simply email them as time goes on, get to know them a little bit better, and then obviously make sure or ensure that they become an affiliate at some point if they not already are. So we also know that the numbers of clients that have come on board since the World Cup has been a substantial number, and we had originally 1.4 odd million founders. Now there's going to be some drop off there, and there's going to be a number of those positions that were actually bought by other founders. So some founders may have 10 positions, 30 positions, 50. We know of people that have more than 500, which is a considerable number. So if you add that up, there's probably 600,000 or 700,000 in total and then the rest are now customers that have come on board. So these customers, as we know, are going to be allocated, hopefully before the end of this month, but we shall see. But as time goes on, they then become affiliates. Or if you keep in touch with these people and tell them how they can build their own business and let OnPassive do this for you, make them show them how to become an affiliate, get them to then register, and they're paying for a product anyway. That's automatically added to their domain. So this business can be built in two ways. The company is obviously going to do an awful lot of work for us, and we're already in this new rotator, and there's new traffic sources being introduced all the time. But we can also use the existing database if we've got people or customers in our customer base that haven't registered to be an affiliate yet. Why not? We are in the top, there's a couple of million of us in total. At the end of the day, at the end of the year, there could be 100 million of us. You're in the top 2%. So anybody that joins now needs to become an affiliate. Anyone. And the simplest way of doing that is to make sure that you contact the users that you've got in your system and make sure they click to become an affiliate. They may not pay for a product today, but believe me, once they see money coming in for you, and you can show them what OnPassive has created for you, they will jump on board. But they're in a good position because they're still in the top. Well, as I said, we could have 100 million, 200 million, 500 million, a billion customers within the next few years. And if that's the case, even with 100 million, we're in the top 2%. So, this is an incredible opportunity, and we still don't know 95% of what's going on. So now's the time to learn as much as you possibly can about the business that you've got. So what other suggestions would you give them then, Collins?
Yeah, Andy, you're just right. You just said it well, really beautifully. And if you look at it very well, we need to know our business. You cannot run a business you know nothing about, because to compile a list, you must understand why you are compiling that list. You must know what the business is all about. If you look at it very well, 1.2 million, affiliate founders. How many of them can really boast and say, I know my business? We attend webinars every day. We are all on different WhatsApp forum. But if you go to that WhatsApp forum, I'll tell you it's 0.00% can stand and boast that I understand OnPassive. Because if you look at the attitude of founders, so some of the founders, it's just when will the apple comes? If the apple comes now, how will you even know the apple is there if you don't know your business? It's like, I look at it like someone owning a shop. Let's forget about OnPassive. Now you have a shop, a business you have a business, hand it over to someone to run it for you. Forget about everything. The only thing you know is just to come and open the safe and say, oh yes, I've made some cash. You don't even know the return of investment. You don't even know what you need to stock in to buy your products. Make sure the shelves are always full. The only thing you want to know is, is there money there? Yes, give it to me. Is there money there? Give it to me. You will fail. As a businessman, you will fail 100% because you will eat even the money that you're supposed to stock your shelf. So the only thing we are saying here is, whilst we are waiting, we need to understand the journey, where we have come from, how the system, not even understand the technology. No, that's not what we are talking about. It's about understanding the journey, that wherever you met OnPassive or OnPassive met you at a particular point, ask yourself, from this point, how much have I learned? What do I really know about OnPassive? Not only about the apple, because sometimes people think like, wow, the apple is the most important. No, it is not the most important thing. The people you have even met, the friends you have created, within OnPassive, It's something that is so amazing. Money cannot buy that, you know. But when you keep isolating yourself, you just want to get up one morning and say, wow, there is something there, because you read it from somewhere. Maybe you get the wrong information, you dive in, you'll be so disappointed. And though they said everybody, once you are in, you'll be successful. But being really successful is how much you know the business, because it is not just a walk in the park. If I look back from where I joined OnPassive till now and how much I have learned, it's really amazing. And I wish everyone can sit, learn, and understand the business, because your knowledge within OnPassive will help you to grow, to build your own business. Because you are not building my business. Ms. Agro have created this gigantic company, giving all of us a piece, but we need to grow that piece. You know, we need to expand on that piece, you know, build it up to that level where you think, now I can sit back and say, yes, my business now is working for me, you know, in a way. Because as Ms. Ang always said, you cannot climb a ladder with your hands in your pocket. You cannot. Though they said, yes, OnPassive, everything is done for you, we shouldn't really look at it, because sometimes we understand it in a very crazy way, you know, a way. It is done for you because the system is built, automated. We didn't build the system. Everything is integrated, giving you a domain. You just need to just pick and choose, click, drop. But if you don't even know how to click, there are people who don't even know where the back office is. Founder back office, where my profile is. They don't even know. There are sometimes there are a lot of things. And you know, sometimes, like, I always think, like, when you introduce somebody, the person always wants you to be guilty, because he said, you brought me in, so you have to lead me. Is it really wrong? If Maddie was relying, let's take, for example, Maddie was relying on Peter Rogers, we wouldn't have had OnPassive Nation. There wouldn't have been any OnPassive Nation. But he came and learned, and then grow. Said, okay, Peter, tell me. The little Peter said, Maddie, just run away with it. You know, and all the other leaders, those who are the Mike Ellis, you know, down street, you know, you can look at it, Robin Noble, all of them, they didn't wait to say, no, let me sit back, and the person who brought me in, introduced me, should do it. The moment you join OnPassive, Andy, we all saw it through the eyes of the person who brought us in, who introduced us into OnPassive. But after a while, we start to see OnPassive in our own eyes. Means we learn, we say, yes, we saw it through you because we trusted you, and you tell me. Now I can say, yes, I'm still OnPassive now through my own eyes. We have to move away from the eyes of those who brought us in and start to see OnPassive through our own eyes. And that's the only way you can grow. That's the only way you can build a good business.
I think what's interesting, you know, there are many of us that have actually come on board through an advertisement that was placed. So you know, in a lot of instances, they may not know the person that brought them in. It was just to do with an advertisement, which is a bit of a shame. And to be fair, I've not kept in touch with the chap that brought me in. But what I find interesting is we've had this. We all know that we've had this issue recently with what's been going on with the fraudulent situation with the cards and the chargebacks, etc. And yet, Mr. Mufara is still wanting to help us, and I'm extremely grateful for that, because realistically, you know, they could have simply said, you know what, we're going to shut the door, take the founders out, we don't need them, we're just going to have customers from now on, we're not going to worry about anything else. No, that wasn't why he created this opportunity in the first place. The reason he created this was so that he could help those that have tried to make money online before succeed, but to ensure that anybody that comes on board can succeed. Because as John Briller has just said, the vast majority of the work is done for us. You know, think about this for one moment. I, I'm sitting with no customers at all. And what the company do is to put me in a rotator, or put my group in a rotator. And they advertise to their traffic sources, and customers come on board and they click on it and become a user within my system. Okay, but I haven't got to contact them because the company do all of that for me. And if there's any problem, they've got support. So they go to support, they don't come to me. So all the customer services is dealt with, all the sales is dealt with, all the products are dealt with. I don't have to do anything if I don't wish to. Now, personally, I have an income goal that I would love to achieve. So at the end of the day, I'm going to do everything in my power to try and get there sooner rather than later. And this is where it comes into play with the baby steps. Take baby steps every day. As long as you are taking a step towards your goal, you have to achieve it. It goes without saying, it's an impossibility for you not to achieve it if you're taking that step. But if you're procrastinating and doing nothing about it, then you're never going to get there. Yeah. So this is really the perfect time, while things are just starting to move, to get into a situation where you understand everything that's going on, your entire ecosystem, how the products work, even if you're going to use them or not. It doesn't matter, because if anyone asks you a question about it, you can say with confidence, this is how it works. Yeah. What does it do? If you're trying to encourage others, or you're sharing with details with others, and you say to them, oh, you really need to look at this O tracker. Well, what is it? Don't know. That goes down well, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So the more you understand, the better. Knowledge is power at the end of the day. So the more you understand, the better off you will be with your business. Okay, Collins, we are going to make this short. So any passing comments that you can think of before we let these lovely people go?
Yeah, so the only thing I will encourage, the affiliate and those who are coming, those who are just plugging in now, is to learn your business. Understand OnPassive. The name OnPassive, just to say I'm in OnPassive, is not good enough. You must understand what OnPassive does. If they ask you what is OnPassive, at least even if you wake up from your sleep, you must say it's an AI, it's a global AI IT company. That is enough. It's a global AI IT company. The moment you say that, the person will say, what? A global AI, artificial intelligence IT company? You say it's enough. The person can go now, do their own research, and said, what is the name OnPassive? And when they look at you, wow, this is good. But if say OnPassive, oh, I don't know, the name is OnPassive. So why did you join? Oh, I just joined because I'll make some commission. It is not good enough. It is not good enough, honestly. With that mindset, you can never grow, because the truth is that people who get up in the morning just go straight, check their wallet. They only know how to log in and wallet and out.
That's a shame, isn't it?
Yes, it is really a shame. So you must really know how to navigate the OES. Ask yourself, what is this? What does this do? If I click on this, what will happen? Just play with it. Click. You cannot break anything. Just learn your business. You can do that. 5 minutes will not kill you, will not kill anybody. You have 24 hours a day. If you cannot spend 10 minutes in OnPassive, I'm sorry, it means OnPassive is not for you.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I would say. I'm sorry, OnPassive is not for you. If you have a business and you cannot spend 10 minutes a day, then I'm sorry to say this. Maybe they'll chop off my head. It is not for you. So that's where I'll end.
Yeah, it's wonderful, because what is going to amuse me at some point very soon is the fact that I have a substantial number of friends and colleagues that I've put this information in front of, and they go, oh no, not interested in that, don't like the idea of that, as a pyramid scheme, or whatever the problem has been. But all of these people that have signed up but not become an affiliate yet, the founders that have at least migrated but then taken nothing further, or not done anything further. As I said, when we've got 100 million customers, they're in the top 1%, because there were 1.4 million of us to start with. and there's probably about 1 million of us all told, if that. We might even be less. So when you get to the point where there's 100 million customers in there, yeah, you go, okay, perhaps I should do something now. I'm getting an income coming in and I haven't done anything. Or they're going to see other people finally seeing them become wealthy because of what's going on and because of what they have done, and then they jump in. So at some point they will. But people, whatever happens, I'm sure Collins is the same. I've got a number of people that just simply have not even migrated across to the ecosystem. And I've got several that have migrated across, but have never done anything since. But believe me, they will. Once they see money coming in, they will change their tune, as will millions and millions of others. So we are in the right place at the right time. So never panic. Anyway, thanks ever so much for your time today, people. Thank you for joining us. Please like, share, and subscribe to all our channels. That would be really helpful. Have a great evening.